What are your thoughts on Rainbow Six Siege? Tom Clancy's, to be specific.
I'm aware of the franchise. Watching the game is fun.
Okay.
First of all, it is a great game to watch. It is one of those games where you have those, like, the classic, like, hey, these people are playing, and they don't care about the games. It's like a CSGO style game where it's just like, they're playing as a background, so they have a reason to be together.
Okay.
And I love that aspect of it. This game, the skill ceiling is so unreasonably high. Like, to have fun, you either have to not care at all, which I can't do. Like, if I'm playing a game and I suck, I'm not going to play. There's no game where I'm like, I suck, but it's okay, I'll just have fun. That doesn't happen. Mm-hmm. I need to be halfway decent and have fun with it. And to be anywhere close to good at this game takes either too much time or too much natural skill. And I'll be real with you. As much as I like video games, I don't have the natural skill for very many video games.
Okay.
And I also don't have the time to try to just grind out and be good. But I understand that it's a great game, and I can appreciate people who play it.
I think it needs to die. Alrighty, we're back.
Yes, we are.
Back in action, back in jackson. Mm-hmm. We have a lot to cover this week.
Yes, we do.
My show notes are unhealthily long. So, where do you want to start?
Let's start with the WWE.
Okay, that's the longest part of how long.
World Wrestling Entertainment, let's go.
Alright. Step 1, SmackDown.
Yes.
Is there anything you want to talk about on SmackDown before I get into what I want to talk about on SmackDown?
I didn't watch SmackDown, so you could probably talk about it.
Okay, I'll talk about SmackDown then. The only important... SmackDown was a lot of setup for Elimination Chamber.
I assumed.
The next day.
You gave me a rundown when we watched Elimination Chamber.
The most important part, in my opinion, was Sammy's homecoming to Montreal.
Yes.
That promo almost had me in tears.
He was in tears, and that was very emotional.
I loved it. As you'll find out in about 30 seconds, it didn't go the way he wanted it to, but the homecoming was nice on SmackDown. And I'm glad they did it on SmackDown instead of at Elimination Chamber.
Oh, 100%.
Instead of, like, during the match.
Especially the outcome of the match.
Yeah. Speaking of Elimination Chamber, we got a lot on Elimination Chamber.
Yes, there are a couple of Elimination Chambers.
There were two, actually.
Yeah.
All right. Personally, and I know you're the same, I don't really care about the women's division right now.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to... It feels very stagnant.
However, I'm down with Asuka as Raw Women's Champion. She wins it.
That's who I wanted to win. That's who is looking like it might go to.
So, hopefully she wins at WrestleMania. Then I'll probably care about the Raw Women's division a little more.
Agree.
Now, I have this, and I'm going to say it.
Oh.
And then it's going to be disproven when we talk about Raw.
Okay.
Hopefully, after the mixed tag match, the Judgment Day and Edge stuff is over. We'll circle back to that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're recording this on Tuesday after Raw, by the way.
Mm-hmm. I also hope that the Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley stuff is over.
Squashed. I hope so too. It feels like this has been the same story. Like there's no evolution of the story is the worst part.
Agreed. I didn't like the... Did you like the ending of the match?
No.
Okay.
No.
I didn't like the ending.
It was the perfect way for them to not have somebody win or lose, and also him not break out of the Hurt Locker.
But also it could set up the Bray Wyatt and I assume Bobby Lashley stuff nicely.
Yeah, I assume that's who Bray Wyatt claims, you know.
Well, because on Raw, Omos challenged Brock to a match at WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
So I'm guessing they're not going to do Bray Wyatt and Brock and Omos and Brock.
Yeah.
So hopefully it's Bray and
hopefully we're done.
Bobby Lashley and they're done. What did you think about the men's Elimination Chamber? Give me your thoughts on that.
I mean, I was optimistic going into it. The issue is that I don't like it on theory.
Okay.
The only person in that match that was like, I would enjoy this was Seth Rollins.
Okay.
And they're very clearly bolstering his whole Logan Paul feud with the outcome and everything. So I don't think they're going to give him any titles. I think he's going to be mainly focused on like handling the beef with Logan for now.
Okay.
So, I guess keeping it on theory is what it is.
What did you think about the ending to the Elimination Chamber?
The interference?
Yeah.
Like I said, just pushing this narrative. Because I think it's very clear that Austin Theory isn't the man yet, and WWE knows this, and they're not going to be like, yeah, he totally beat Seth Rollins straight up. They're not going to try to make us believe that. Mm-hmm. So they're doing a good job of making it to where Austin Theory has to continue to defend his title, and at some point in the future, we might be able to reasonably say he's good, without having these interferences and stuff.
I liked the interference at the end of the chamber. However, I wish it hadn't been Theory to win.
You wanted Gargano?
I wanted pretty much anybody else. I wish it had been Seth and, let's use Gargano for example. I wish it had been Seth and Gargano at the end of the chamber. Theory had been the one to get eliminated and get hurt, in quotes.
Mm-hmm.
And then Logan Paul comes in the chamber, stops Seth, and Gargano wins it.
Gotcha.
So they still set up the Logan Paul and Seth Rollins stuff, just Theory doesn't retain the championship.
Okay.
But it is what it is.
Yeah.
And this is the last thing I have on Elimination Chamber.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that Sami was going to win more than once.
Yeah. The whole him losing in Montreal thing is a hard sell. But I also, there were a few times where everybody in the stadium was ready for the third tap, and it just never came. There's a spot in the match where he hits the Superman punch. Yeah.
And then he hits the haluva kick.
Back to back, almost immediately.
And then he pins Roman. I didn't think that he was going to hit the Superman punch.
Yeah.
When he hit the Superman punch, I was like, he might have this. And then he hit the haluva kick, and I was like, is he about to win?
He's gotta have this.
And then he didn't win.
And he didn't win.
I saw, there was this fan booking of Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
And it was everything ends the exact same way. KO comes out and cleans house, and then KO grabs the other ref and convinces him that the match is still going on.
Oh!
And gets the other ref to count 3 on Roman and give Sami the titles.
And there's
then the next night on Raw, Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns come out and challenge back for the titles. Roman wins them back.
Okay. For Cody to take them.
That way, everything gets settled and
everybody's happy.
Now, this will lead us into Raw. KO comes out, basically cleans fucking house.
Yes.
Beats the shit out of everyone. Sami hits another haluva kick on Roman.
Yeah.
Do you think Sami and KO are going to team up and take down the Usos?
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
But not soon. It's starting to, because after the Raw, KO's kind of screw you.
Yeah.
I'm out. So it definitely feels like I don't think they're going to fix that relationship and have them challenge before WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. And I really think he's going to lose the title. Roman's going to lose the titles in WrestleMania.
Okay.
So I think it's going to be that's going to, him losing the titles is going to start breaking the bloodline. And then they're going to lose the tag team right after that with KO. It's going to happen very shortly after WrestleMania.
I could see it. I was thinking more WrestleMania is the complete downfall of the bloodline.
The tag team match also
Roman loses his
up.
titles. KO and Sami defeat the Usos. All the gold is gone from the bloodline, and it just implodes.
I think that would also be the perfect way to let everybody, because everybody wants Sami to win the titles. Mm-hmm. I think it's the perfect way to make it to where Sami wins a title, and everybody gets okay, Sami did do something.
Yeah.
Without him having to take the Universal Championship.
Speaking of him not taking the Universal Championship, I am so in on Cody Rhodes. He is very quick. He is probably my favorite active wrestler that's not Edge.
Is he your second favorite wrestler? He's getting there? He's getting there?
He's close. I love the American Nightmare thing.
Dude, Paul Heyman's line, did you remember Paul Heyman's giving the speech and he's like, your dream is very quickly going to become your night. They give Paul Heyman the hardest hitting lines, I swear, and I love it.
I wholeheartedly agree.
And the Roman Reigns is a happily married man.
But I'm not.
But I'm not. Dude, they give him such hard lines, unreasonable.
We already kind of talked about this, but Omos versus Brock at WrestleMania. What are your feelings on it?
Big man fight. That's
That's it?
Yeah.
That's all it is?
And that's all I want out of it. Like, there's nothing on the line. It's just two really big dudes going at it. Cool, I'm okay with that. I want to see it.
It's for me.
Fair enough.
Did you watch the Miz versus Seth Rollins match?
Yes.
What'd you think about it?
It feels like they wanted to get Logan Paul but couldn't, is what it felt like. So they had to be like, all right, how do we put this together?
It feels to me like they're trying to... Because Seth has been... Okay. There's this term in the industry called a jobber.
A jobber?
Yeah. It's basically someone like Baron Corbin, for example.
Okay.
Where you come into the WWE, your first match is with that person, and you win, and they just put you over.
Okay.
And that's what they do. For the last, year or two, Seth Rollins has been almost a jobber, but, the type of jobber where you can put him in a world title match the next night and nobody will bat an eye. He puts people over constantly.
Yeah.
But also, nobody would care if he was in the world title picture.
Yeah, I got you.
So, it feels like they're kind of trying to break him out of that, and by having him stomp The Miz into next fucking year, it kind of feels like, okay, he's, badass now.
Got you.
I didn't...
Dislike it?
I didn't like the match, I liked the ending.
Okay.
Also, it's been a fat minute since we've seen referee stoppage as a way to end the match. Which, don't get me wrong, I'm happy for.
Yeah.
Don't make it a permanent thing.
It's good every now and then. We gotta sprinkle it in a little bit.
Also, I would like to profusely apologize because, once again, we say shit and then before the next episode it gets corrected. Apparently the WWE does care about the women's tag team division.
Yeah. Because
they're going to have Becky and Lita challenge for the women's tag titles against Damage Control.
And they are going to take them.
Yes.
100%.
There's no way they don't.
Lita comes back and they're like, oh yeah, you can't win.
It would be so dumb if they didn't. However, okay, you don't know Bayley any other way. So how do you... What do you think about her character?
The man?
No, Bayley.
We were talking about this, how I only know that lady as the man. And you're like, it bothers me that you don't know her real name. And I still don't remember her real name.
Becky Lynch.
Bayley. Oh. Her character feels kind of... I don't know. I don't love it. I feel like she'd be better off as her own wrestler. The whole connection is weird.
Thank you. Number one, thank you. She used to be a face. Okay. And she was this happy-go-lucky person. Her entrance had wacky flailing inflatable arm tube men that came up and she used to dance to the ring. This, that, and the other. And then they made her heel Bayley. And I don't like heel Bayley.
No?
I want face Bayley back. Face Bayley is better than heel Bayley.
Noted.
What else do I have? Alright, I have one more just little point. And then I have
point?
comments.
Okay.
My little point. Edge is bringing back the execution. It's been a fat minute since I've seen the execution.
He's brought back 2
and then he
shows
used it
in a row.
at Elimination Chamber, and then he used it at Raw.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it. I like the execution.
It was nice seeing it for the first time. I liked it. Really quick. Do you have any idea what's on Mrs. Envelope?
No. Not a fucking clue.
I want to know That is the best way. That was an amazing way to make me I gotta watch Raw next week. Because The Miz is a great showman, and he sold that was going to be good.
It's going to be something stupid.
I know it is, but I want to know. Because The Miz isn't he's not I want this championship, or I want this it's not going to be anything crazy. It's going to be something dumb, I'm sure. But I want it so bad. Or it's The Rock is coming to Miz TV. Something like that would be amazing.
I don't know. I have zero idea what's on that envelope.
If it's what I just said,
yep,
it's over.
That's it?
Yeah, we're done.
Okay.
If I can predict that, yeah, we're done.
Now, everybody, take a breath, take your seats. What the actual fuck? It has been almost a fucking year since they started the Edge and the Judgment Day shit.
Yes.
Let it goddamn fucking die. Jesus. They've had 82 matches at every goddamn pay-per-view. Edge finally got the win with his wife against Rhea and Finn And then the next goddamn night on Raw, Finn Balor comes out again and costs Edge the WWE champion, or the United States Championship. Are you fucking with me?
You're a little heated, bud.
I'm not happy.
I can tell.
I don't like the Judgment Day.
Okay.
I love Edge.
Yes. It is very
I want
obvious
Edge
to be the Judgment Day.
I don't even give a fuck what he does as long as it's be in other storylines that aren't the Judgment Day.
Yeah, it's not going to happen, right?
I'm aware.
Like, everybody loves the Judgment Day storyline. I know we don't, but a lot of people do.
I'm aware. That doesn't mean I like it. I
also need Dominic to get a move on and have something happen with his character.
And this brings me to a bigger problem that I have with the WWE. Roman Reigns has been Universal Champion for 900 and some ridiculous amount of days.
Almost 1,000 at this point.
Getting pretty fucking close. Bianca Belair won the championship at WrestleMania last year. Has been Raw Women's Champion for almost a year.
And she'll be WrestleMania champion, I'm sure.
Gunther has held the longest Intercontinental title reign of this century. So in the last 23 years, he is the longest Intercontinental title reign.
And he's not that great. Like, he's just kind of bland.
Dakota Kai and Io Sky have held the Women's Tag Team Championships basically since they entered WWE and have done nothing with them. Theory has been in the same feud with basically Seth Rollins and whoever else they want to throw in the mix. Bobby Lashley, Gargano.
Whatever other person is vying for the title.
Yeah. Since he cashed in on Seth.
Yes.
They've been doing Brock and Bobby for fucking ever. It took from Extreme Rules until Royal Rumble for the Bray Wyatt story. Bray Wyatt didn't have his first match from Extreme Rules to Royal Rumble.
That is a big gap. By the way, that's such a big gap, that means that I didn't see him until he was in Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I'm aware.
And it was a terrible match, too.
I need them to, like, get shit moving. My God.
It's very stagnant right now. It feels like it almost feels like they don't know what the next step is.
Long-term storytelling is great. The Bloodline story will probably go down as one of the best storylines in professional wrestling history. However,
the short-term stuff?
I need some short-term stuff.
Like, I feel like the whole point of the United States Intercontinental Championship is to have stuff going on while the big storyline's going on.
World title reigns, in my opinion, should never last longer than a year. So, almost Bianca Belair, off the table. Roman, certainly off the table. Put them on somebody else. Give them some feuds. My favorite types of storylines are like Randy Orton and John Cena when they went back and forth for a summer just trading the title. Like, Randy would win it at WrestleMania, then John would win it back at Backlash, then Randy would win it back at SummerSlam. Come Survivor Series, John would win it back again, and that would be the end. They would go their separate ways. That was that. John would move on to the next guy. Please God, can we get some fucking movement with storylines?
I really hope, going off this, that they don't just go, hey, Roman has it, Cody takes it, and Cody has it for 2 years.
I'll cry.
I know. But how long do you think Cody's going to have it?
What I wanted was for Sammy to win it at Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
Cody wins it at WrestleMania.
Okay.
Then Sammy and Cody can go back and forth with the title. And they can have their feud. Roman's out of the fucking picture.
Roman's disheveled.
Roman can do whatever the hell he wants.
Whatever else.
I would like to see Cody lose it by SummerSlam.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. This is another question I have. So there's the big four, right?
Yep.
Can you list them off for me?
Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series.
Cool. I want to make sure I knew them properly. Do you think they put more... they try to put bigger stuff on those four instead of the other ones?
They definitely do it with WrestleMania and SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Royal Rumble has its own
vibe thing going
stuff.
on. Yeah.
And Survivor Series to an extent, but not as much.
Okay.
Mostly because Money in the Bank is starting to take the place of Survivor Series as a Big Four pay-per-view.
Gotcha.
They're called the Big Four because
they've been around so long.
Back when WWE started pay-per-views, they only had four, and those were the four.
Got you.
However, Money in the Bank is becoming bigger than Survivor Series.
Yeah.
Just because of the gimmick.
I love the gimmick of Money in the Bank. It's such a good gimmick.
Anyways, I digress. I'm done with the Judgment Day storyline.
You're done with a lot of these storylines.
I'm done with a lot of
I feel like you're ready for a hard reset.
I've thought about it.
Like, the only storyline that I've seen that you've been invested in is the Bray Wyatt one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm very sorry about that.
I thought about it. I think it was while I was writing these show notes. I was like, what do you think it would take for them to just bomb the scene and restart?
They're not. I don't even have a conceivable notion. Like, half the roster dies? Like, something like that would have to happen.
I'm done with a lot of these storylines.
I know.
And the problem is, I really started picking it up again after WrestleMania last year.
Yeah.
You know how many titles I've seen change hands since then?
2?
Yep.
It was the United
Intercontinental
States.
and the United States.
And it was the Intercontinental was been right after that.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, and the SmackDown Women's Championship.
Yeah.
But has been on Charlotte since she
then.
won it from Ronda.
Yeah. It feels very stagnant. You know what I would love? This is not going to happen.
To not be stagnant?
Yes.
Me too.
I would love if it was like, hey, at SummerSlam, every match is going to be for a title.
They
every
had that
title's
at once upon a time. It was called Night of Champions. They had every championship on the line.
What year was that?
Went for a couple of years.
Oh, well, they should do that again.
I agree.
Because that sounds amazing.
And then, have some titles change hands.
Yeah.
That's the other problem. Like, it's not like there's a lack of title matches. Gunther puts his on the line pretty regularly. Mm-hmm. Austin Theory puts his on the line semi-regularly. There was a time where Sonya Deville was challenging for both women's championships like they were fucking candy. They just don't change them.
Yeah, it feels just like... This is the worst part. It almost feels... I don't want to watch it anymore. Because I know... It's just not going to change hands. Like, I knew Edge wasn't going to win. I knew for a fact Edge wasn't going to win.
I thought Edge was going to win.
Yeah.
Until Finn came out.
Oh. I didn't think Edge was going to win. And I also knew that they weren't going to have Theory straight up beat him. I knew it was going to be like the ref got knocked out, or it was a disqualification, or there was interference. There was something that was going to happen where it wasn't going to change hands.
There was that little edge in my brain that said, hey, maybe they'll put this Judgment Day shit behind them and throw Edge into a United States feud with Theory, and that'll be the WrestleMania match. And that didn't happen.
That did not happen.
So
is the United States Championship on the line at WrestleMania, like, period? It feels like they're really building up to that.
It will be, but...
With who?
Yeah.
Who do you think?
Who do I think?
Who do you want and who do you think? Those are two different things, I'm sure. Very rarely do you get what you want.
Okay. I could see them doing Bronson Reed.
Okay. Because
it took like 4 people to get him out of the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
So I could see them doing a thing where Bronson Reed's like, I want you one-on-one.
Oh, and then Theory clearly can't handle that?
Yeah, precisely. However, I would like Gargano.
Okay.
Because I want Gargano to get it.
Do you think Logan Paul's going to get a title?
At some point.
He feels such a weird character because clearly he has this like semi-deal going on where he's like, I'll make appearances at like big events and stuff and you can't justifiably have him have a title where it's like he appears once a month, you know?
You know what that sounds like?
The current issue?
Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
He's a good wrestler.
He's a good showman. He's a good wrestler. He's very athletic.
So I think at some point he will get a title. Which title it'll be? No idea. When it'll be? No idea.
He challenges Austin Theory for the United States Championship at WrestleMania.
I'm gonna press X to doubt because I'm almost positive Seth Rollins and Logan Paul are
gonna... Oh, they are.
Yeah.
SummerSlam.
That's 6 months away.
What month is it? It's February.
Yeah.
Why do I think it's later in the year?
I don't know.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I think that's all I have to say on the WWE. I'll get off my soapbox now.
I'm ready for change. I think you are too, clearly.
Clearly.
And
I'm not a happy camper.
I'm going to be I think is going to happen at WrestleMania.
What, the title change?
A lot of change is going to happen at WrestleMania. If they don't get the title off Roman at WrestleMania, I don't know when they're going to do it.
They're not. If they don't get the title off Roman at WrestleMania, there is nobody left on the roster who can conceivably
beat him.
Take him.
Yeah.
Maybe Jey Uso. Maybe.
I don't... Or The Rock.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't come back at WrestleMania, when is he coming... Especially Hollywood WrestleMania.
Yeah, WrestleMania goes Hollywood.
Yeah. If he doesn't make an appearance, I'm also going to be upset. Like, he doesn't have to wrestle for all I care. But he should be there.
Maybe. I mean, he's doing the XFL.
Speaking of which.
Transition. You like my segue? It's new. Alright. So, first things first, we're going to go over a rule recap for the XFL. Because it is slightly different.
And I love it.
So, numero uno. There's a 35-second play clock instead of a 40-second play clock.
This is one of those very small changes that I think is just going to be fun to see.
Yeah. You get 3 timeouts per half. That's the same as the NFL. In the fourth quarter, instead of an onside kick, if you want to keep the ball after you score, you can go for a 4th and 15 conversion.
Yes.
I love it.
This is the kind of stuff... This is when we talk about... Like, people talk about, like, hey, sports are getting stagnant. I don't want to watch these sports because they're boring and old. Mm-hmm. This is the kind of stuff that would either bring in more fans or revitalize fans who've kind of lost their way.
Agreed.
And
immensely.
Oh my god, I want to watch. I can't wait to, like, start fully watching this because I didn't get to watch these last few games. Every week, though. But from now on, I can't wait.
This is another thing I love. After a touchdown, you have the option to get 1 point from the 2-yard line, 2 points from the 5-yard line, or 3 points from the 10-yard line.
There's more PATs. I love this. Because the thing about PATs, it feels like you can almost just count for 7 points.
Yeah.
Like, in some games, it's like...
Unless you're the Cowboys.
Yeah. Unless you're the Cowboys or it's too windy. Like, unless some stupid stuff's going on.
If you're the Ravens, there's no touchdown in which you don't get 7 points.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's like, I love that we have this, like, hey, much more variability and much, like, if you have a good defense is going to be so much more important now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that much more important. I can't wait to see it.
Especially because I didn't know this, but it's here. In the event that there's an interception or a fumble and the defense recovers it for a touchdown, you get the same number of points.
Lovely. Could you imagine going from, like, you scored a touchdown and you're going for 3 for whatever reason, and then all of a sudden they're halfway there.
You scored a field goal?
Yeah. And I assume you get the ball back. Yeah, you get the ball back.
No.
Like, no, like the team that got the touch, like...
Yes, the team that got the touchdown would get the ball back.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
That kind of turnover rate would be insane. Like, 6, okay, let's throw it, interception all the way back, oh no, we're only at 4, and they get the ball back. This is so amazing, and I love it.
This is one that I don't know how I feel about. Clock will start following incomplete passes and out-of-bounds plays prior to the 2-minute warning of either half.
So there's no stopping the clock?
Prior to the 2-minute warning.
Yeah.
Other than timeouts and, like, administrative, like, injury stuff like that. Clock will stop following first downs after 2-minute warning of either half.
So you don't have to stop the clock, but if you get a first down, it stops.
Yes.
So
and after the 2-minute warning,
the out of bounds and the
incomplete passes and out of bounds do count.
I think I'm gonna like this.
I think I'm gonna like this because I think it's gonna make games faster.
Exactly. It's gonna make them faster, and there's not gonna be that whole, like, you have 5 minutes left, you gotta start worrying about, like, you're not worrying about the clock until there's 2 minutes left. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
And then that 2-minute warning means something finally.
Right? 3 timeouts per half. We already talked about that.
Yeah. One challenge,
but it can be used on anything.
This is fun.
It's
high risk, high reward.
Also, I love the, like, replay, like, booth review thing that the XFL does.
What do they do?
There's a camera in the command center.
Oh, you get to see what the
You get to
people
like
upstairs are seeing?
There's like I think it's the VP of the XFL.
Oh.
And he sits in the command center for each game and goes over like when they replay.
Okay.
There's a camera in the command center and you see what he sees and like
as he's seeing it.
He's talking about what he's seeing.
That is so good because you can finally understand what the hell the refs are doing. Or like
so
what they're
it's no
thinking
more
about.
like the refs get the message from fucking New York. Yeah, that was a touchdown.
Yeah, it's not like just 3 minutes. Like he's gonna be like, this is why this. We have these.
There was one.
NFL better watch it.
I think it was. I want to say it was the Sea Dragons and Defenders game.
Okay.
It was either that. No, it was the Battlehawks and Brahmas.
Okay. I love the name Brahmas, by the way.
Agreed.
All of these. Sorry, there's so much I want to talk about here.
We'll get there in a minute.
Yes.
The Battlehawks and Brahmas. There was a touchdown that was almost a touchdown, but not really a touchdown, but could have been an interception.
I saw that clip.
And they called it a touchdown on the field.
They did.
The guy's in the command zone, and he's like, "There's just not enough here to overturn it." He's like, "It was called a touchdown on the field, right?" And the ref's like, "Yep, it was called a touchdown on the field." The guy turns to the camera, he's like, "There's not enough here to overturn it. We have to stick with what was on the field."
If it was ruled an interception, it would have stayed an interception.
Yep.
Like it was,
and then
very murky.
The announcers can talk to the command center. They can talk to the head coaches of both teams, and they can talk to the refs while they're announcing. So, like 30 seconds after that, the announcers are like, they call up to the command center, and they're like, if that was ruled an interception on the field, it would have stayed an interception. And the guy in the command center is like, yeah, you couldn't see the ball from the angles we had. There wasn't enough to overturn it. It was called what it was on the field.
This is so good.
It's
gonna be such more interactive football too.
I want that in the NFL just so we can stop bitching about the refs.
I know. We can at least see what they're seeing. Like, maybe it's not them. Like, we don't know because it's just like this black and white shirt comes out and says 7 words, and we gotta just trust it.
Yeah, like that touchdown that we were just talking about. If that was in the NFL, there would have been people on both sides that would have been like, "Oh, but that was definitely a touchdown. Oh, but that was definitely an interception."
And this guy was like breaking down, like, this is how this works.
This guy was like, I looked at all of these angles. You can't see the ball. The two of them are just curled up on one another. One rule that we didn't get to see in any of the games. If a team completes a forward pass behind the line of scrimmage, that team may throw a second forward pass as long as the ball has not crossed the line of scrimmage.
So you get two forward
you can throw it to a running. You can drop back 10 yards, throw it 5 yards up to a running back, and then the running back can bomb it.
Yes, fun.
I assume it'll be fun
once they get that down. Like,
yeah,
this is one of those things where they've never been able to figure out how to do that because it was never illegal. So
also, if the first pass is incomplete, it's an incomplete pass, not a fumbled lateral.
Good.
Okay, there was no overtime, and I don't really understand what these mean, so I'm going to read them.
Okay.
Overtime consists of alternating attempts from opponent's 5-yard line, 3 attempts per team, 2 points per score, or until winner is decided.
Oh, this is like the head-to-head thing.
So it's like sudden death?
Yes. They we get 5 yard, we're on the 5-yard line, we get to try. You're on the 5-yard line, you get to try. Back and forth till somebody doesn't do it.
Is it one attempt, or is it like one set of downs?
I think it's one attempt. Like you get it's 4th and goal, essentially, from the 5-yard line.
Okay. I can understand it, I just
wanted to be clear.
Yeah. And I think that's all I have for rules. So, real quick.
Also, it's 1 foot inside, not 2.
Correct.
And I love that. Because it feels so much nicer and everything. It's like, you just got to get a toe in. That's all we need.
I don't know if I like it. Anyways, there are the Seattle Sea Dragons, the Las Vegas Vipers, the Arlington Renegades, the Houston Roughnecks, the San Antonio Brahmas, the St. Louis Battlehawks, the DC Defenders, and the Orlando Guardians. Of all of those, which one are you a fan of?
I feel like I gotta be a fan of Orlando. Not
Why?
because it's Florida.
Okay.
Not only because it's Florida.
Okay.
But also their QB,
Yep.
either last year or this year, was the starting QB for Florida State before Jordan Travis. And I feel a little like I gotta be like, all right. Like, if I had picked a team and then that happened, it would be different. Because it started again this year and that is happening, I feel like it's just dragging me. However, but all of these teams have sick ass names. Every one of them is a great name. Like,
I don't know how I feel about DC Defenders.
Orlando. It feels too close to the Commanders.
Yep.
You have this chance to have a whole different brand and things, and it feels like you're almost trying to pair it up.
Agreed.
There are reasons that Orlando's gonna be should be my favorite team because it's in Florida. I live nearby.
Yeah.
And they have some Florida State higher ups. But this is a brand new, fresh thing. There's only 8 teams, and I could totally see myself gravitating toward any team.
Also, I'm pretty sure every team plays every team.
Yes.
I feel like if there's 10 games in the season, I feel like
it's 8 teams.
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be hard to not do that.
I see your Orlando Guardians, and I raise you very possibly the team with the best sports team name in the history of ever, the Seattle Sea Dragons.
I love it. I don't know what it is, but I love it.
Name, amazing. My favorite color, neon orange. You know what their colors are? Neon orange. Love it. Also, I'm pretty sure their quarterback is Jesus. Did you see the clip of him, I thought he was going to run out of bounds with it or throw it away, then he just flicks it in for the touchdown?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's Jesus.
Yes.
So, my favorite team is going to be the Seattle Sea Dragons.
We're going to have to see how the season goes for me to determine.
I'm very possibly going to buy a Seattle Sea Dragons home jersey.
With a quarterback?
Of anyone.
Okay.
Their home jerseys are bright orange.
Also, we need to look at how much tickets cost.
Season tickets cost $150.
That's it?
Yeah. There's 5 home games of season, and it's $150.
That might be worth it. That is worth it. It's more like, is the gas worth it?
It's in Camping World Stadium, is Orlando's home stadium.
Yeah.
Anyways, on the Orlando Guardians here, Paxton Lynch might be the biggest bust in the history of all of football.
Yeah.
He has now successfully gotten himself benched in the NFL, the USFL, the CFL, and the XFL.
This guy's just kind of bad.
I think he's just not good.
Yeah, I feel like it was just a mistake for every single team to draft him.
Agreed. Hard agreed. But it made way for your Florida State quarterback, so
yes,
you can be happy. Side note, the Houston Roughnecks beat the Orlando Guardians. You know what that means?
What?
For the first time in either of our lifetimes, there's a Texas team winning in February.
That was a good one. I like that.
Yeah, that's all I have on the XFL, unless you have anything
just
more to add.
Very excited for more football, new football. I like these new leagues popping up because it gives it a chance to experiment with the ideas that fans have.
And we'll get football year round now.
Yes.
Because
as soon as this is over, USFL starts.
Yep, and then by the time USFL ends, college football should be starting.
Gabby's gonna hate this. Oh my god.
But it is what it is. Do you want to go to college football next?
Sure.
I
feel like college and NFL are kind of intertwined for now.
For this one.
Yeah.
The biggest thing we have, and probably the only thing we have for college football, is I found a mock draft online.
This was BDG.
They put it up. I don't know who originally put it up, but
we're going to credit them for now.
Sure. And it was all the skill positions that they think are going to be taken in the first round. I'm going to go through the skill positions, and then we can give our comments on the skill positions. This includes trades, by the way.
Yeah.
So, at the 1-1, they had Indianapolis taking Bryce Young at quarterback. At the 1-2, they had Houston taking C.J. Stroud at quarterback.
These are the first 2 people who are going through the draft.
Agreed.
And both of these picks make sense.
Unless the Bears keep the overall.
But I don't think they are. The value with that trade would be so much more beneficial than any pick they have.
Wholeheartedly agree. The 1-7, Las Vegas takes Will Levis at quarterback.
Okay.
The 1-9, Carolina takes Anthony Richardson at quarterback. The 1-11, Tennessee takes Quentin Johnson at wide receiver. The 1-12, Houston takes Jordan Addison at wide receiver. 115, Green Bay takes Bijan Robinson at running back. 119, Tampa Bay takes Michael Mayer at tight end. 125, the Giants take Jackson Smith and Jigba at wide receiver. At 127, Buffalo takes Josh Downs at wide receiver. So,
we were watching highlights of these
Yeah.
players before.
we studied up.
Yeah. Looking at these highlights, first of all, the first two don't need highlights.
No,
They're just
we didn't watch the first two
yeah,
highlights.
because we watched the season and we
Yeah.
can tell. Those first two, clear cut. Those are the first. If these trades happen, that's who's going first.
Yeah.
And the other two quarterbacks, both make sense. They're both solid foundational players.
I disagree slightly.
Okay.
I think that Las Vegas should look to take Anthony Richardson rather than Will Levis.
Why is
Because
that?
watching Will Levis's highlights, he's great. He has an arm like a cannon, but there are certain nuances to his game that could use some adjusting.
Okay.
Las Vegas, if they can make a way to keep Josh Jacobs, they could very well be in win now mode. With Devontae Adams, Josh Jacobs, if they have a really good quarterback, they could very well be in win now mode. Carolina, selling off Christian McCaffrey, probably looking to sell off DJ Moore. They look like they're starting a
A
rebuild.
hard reset.
I would prefer to have them take Will Levis and have him sit
Build
under
around
Sam
him.
Darnold for a year or two,
Okay.
get used to it, then build around him and have Anthony Richardson in Las Vegas and have him go at it.
I like the plan. It makes sense. It's just whether or not this draft order takes place that way.
Agreed. What do you think about Tennessee taking Quentin Johnson?
I gotta work back to who Quentin Johnson was.
TCU wide receiver.
It's not a bad pick. However, I think a lot of the reason that he performed well was because of
Max Duggan?
Max Duggan.
Hard agreed.
I don't think TCU really isn't all that other than Max Duggan.
I have some notes here. He's really good in space.
Yeah?
He's pretty decent at getting contested catches,
Yeah.
but if you get a hand on him, he's down.
He's just not having him.
He gets tripped up so easily.
He's a glass cannon.
Yeah, pretty much.
Gotcha.
Meanwhile, the 112 that they had with Jordan Addison to Houston, he breaks tackles like it's a
That
hobby.
pick just makes sense. Like, he's a solid receiver.
Agreed.
There's no... I wouldn't be surprised if he was first pick for wide receivers. Like, the first wide
Me
receiver
neither.
they picked. However, I say that with a few more great wide receivers coming up in this list. Based on
True.
our highlights.
Do you think that... Okay. There are a lot of people saying that Houston shouldn't take a quarterback this year.
I disagree.
There are a lot of people saying that they should get all the other pieces this year
And then get a quarterback
and
next
take
year.
a quarterback next year.
Do you think they would sandbag and purposely try to do terrible to get the first pick next year?
I don't think they need to.
You think it's just
They
that
have
bad?
2 picks in the top 16.
I know. I feel like they could do good this year.
Yeah, I feel like they could be...
Not the worst team.
I feel like they could be in the playoffs next year if they do well in this draft.
That's a strong
They're in the
stance.
AFC South.
That,
All they have to do is be better than the Jags.
Trevor Lawrence isn't terrible.
Yeah, the Jags are.
That I still think it's a strong stance. That's all.
They could be a playoff team. That's all I'm saying.
In the same way the Saints can be a playoff team,
No.
where they're in the NFC South and their competition is the Falcons?
Maybe?
Maybe? Now that Brady's not the Bucks?
I don't know.
My point.
I think that Houston could very well be a playoff team next year.
We will see.
Um,
I think if they get quarterback receiver like this is projecting, yes. But they also have to like work up everything else. Like they can't be like, oh, we got this, we can chill a little bit. They got to whoop everybody into shape and get these 2 star players.
which is possible.
And then I say it's
They're the ones
maybe.
that hired D'Amico Ryan as head coach, right?
Maybe.
The 49ers defensive coordinator.
We talked about this last week and I don't remember.
Okay. I think it's possible.
I think it's possible. I wouldn't put my money on it.
Now on to a pick that I like where he's going, but I don't like who he's going to. Bijan Robinson, the running back out of Texas.
This guy is a beast.
This man, we were watching highlights, and I thought, oh, he's like 5'11" to like 6'2", somewhere in that range.
Yeah.
And then he stood next to one of the refs. My God, this man is giant.
Not only is he tall, he just looks like big.
He looks like the Hulk. So they have him going to Green Bay.
I mean,
I think Green Bay needs a decent amount. I don't think running back's one of those.
No.
Then Aaron Jones, who isn't a free agent until 2025, I believe.
This guy's really good, though.
I just don't think that Green Bay needs him. Is the problem.
Probably not Green Bay.
I feel like he would be better spent
Elsewhere.
at any of the teams below him. Because the next team, the last three teams on this list are Tampa Bay, the New York Giants, and Buffalo. Maybe not the Giants.
You don't think Singletary is good enough to not get kicked out?
He's not better than Bijan Robinson.
You don't think Fournette's good enough? Oh, that's a joke.
Nope.
I promise you, they could scrap every human being on the Bucs team except maybe Evans.
And Godwin. I think you need the two of them.
You think you need a duo for them to be as good as they are?
Yeah.
Maybe. But you can drop Fournette. You can honestly drop probably both. Like, they can do a hard, just fix everything. They were rallying around Brady. And now that Brady's gone, they're just kind of like...
Speaking of Tampa Bay, you know what they're going to take in the first round?
What are they going to take?
A tight end.
Wild. No, they're not. They're not.
No.
Of all of their weaknesses, tight end is not there. Like, their tight ends are good enough. And that's not what they should look at.
Especially because this guy, I don't know about a lot of tight ends in this draft. I'm going to be dead honest with you. This guy might be the best tight end in this draft.
This guy's first of all, he's a beast. He's a giant.
I don't think that this guy was first round material. He's not Travis Kelce good.
No, but...
You need to be Travis Kelce or George Kittle good to go in the first round as a tight end, in my opinion.
Yeah, and that's not happening.
That wasn't him.
Like, this guy's good. Don't get us wrong. But he's not first round pick good.
And the one thing Tampa Bay doesn't need is a tight end.
No. They need a younger receiver, a younger running back, frankly, a quarterback. Just so many other things.
I don't know. Maybe he'll be, like, great.
Who's going to throw the ball to him?
Mike Evans? Leonard Fournette out of the Wildcat. 125, the New York Giants take Jackson Smith and Jigba at wide receiver. This guy is amazing at catching the ball.
He is.
He is not so amazing at running the ball after he catches the ball.
He seems to be one of those where it's like he's good, he's decently good at everything, but he doesn't excel in anything other than catching.
Yeah.
Like, he's kind of fast, he's kind of strong, he's decent stiff arming, but nothing is like you're not watching him play and be like, "Oh my god, he's fast. Oh my god, he bulldozed that guy." It's like he's solid all around.
I'm pretty sure it was Bijan Robinson that we were watching the highlights, and there were multiple times where I was like, is this motherfucker really fast, or is every defense on the field really slow?
No, that guy was just a speed demon. No. He reminds me of Dalvin Cook, actually, when he played with Florida State, because I know you didn't watch those games, but he was one of the players, when Dalvin Cook got a half step in front of the defender, he was getting a touchdown. Yeah, there was no, like, argument about it. He was gone. And it felt like that watching him.
Anyways, back to Jackson Smith and Jigba. I could see him going at the 25th pick.
I think he's definitely going first round.
Yeah. I don't know that the Giants need him.
I don't know if the Giants is the best place. He definitely needs to go somewhere with a decent quarterback. And I think Daniel Jones is good.
Enough,
yeah. But I don't think, like, if he goes to Arizona or something, he's going to be worthless.
I don't think the Giants are contending for the NFC Championship anytime soon.
Really?
No.
I think they're pretty good.
I think the Eagles are out after this year.
You think this is their last hurrah?
Yeah.
That's upsetting.
Jason's getting really old.
And he's their best player. Like
he's not their best.
Not best player, but like their what's the proper way to say this? Their figurehead. Like he's the face of that franchise.
Correct.
At least to football fans.
Yeah. Jason's getting old. Fletcher Cox is kind of getting on the older side. Lane Johnson is kind of getting on the older side. Like, they have A.J. Brown.
Which is a shame because Jalen Hurts is a really good quarterback, actually.
I just think that there are a lot of pieces that are getting old that this was kind of like their last hurrah for a couple years. I think the 49ers got one or two more in them. And then they're on the decline.
Which is, they deserve them. They've amassed such a good team. They deserve at least, like...
Maybe they draft a quarterback again.
What do you think they do with the quarterback? Do you think Brock Purdy stays?
Yes, because I don't think he's going to be back from his surgery in time to start.
Who?
Brock Purdy. From his elbow surgery.
Oh.
So I think that Trey Lance is going to start the season, and then there'll be kind of a, like, Brock Purdy, Trey Lance thing throughout the season.
Okay.
Jimmy
G's a free agent, right?
Yes. Unless they bring him back.
I don't think they're bringing him back.
I agree.
There's no reason you need three... There's no reason you need three, like, decent quarterbacks.
Yeah, agreed. And then at the 127, we have Buffalo taking Josh Downs at wide receiver.
I'm trying to remember this highlight.
This was the UNC guy.
Oh. Okay. He's good. I understand why he's a first round pick.
I don't want him to go to Buffalo.
I know you don't. That's for other
You know where I
reasons.
want him to go?
Anywhere that isn't the NFC East.
AFC East, number 1.
AFC East.
Number 2, New England.
Obviously.
New England has the 14th overall pick.
Who?
This has them registered at taking Josh Downs at the 27. Get Mac Jones a receiver.
I know. Or get a new Mac Jones.
No, you don't need a new Mac Jones. You just need a not Matt Patricia-led Mac Jones.
I think the best thing for the Patriots to do would be to try... Like, Mac Jones gets one more season try. Yeah. We're going to build around him this season, and if he fails to deliver this season, figure something else out.
He didn't fail to deliver his first season. Then they hired Matt Patricia.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We're going to... I don't know. This is one of those things where it's like, I can't tell if you really care or you're just a Patriots fan. Like, I don't know if you really think Mac Jones is great.
I don't think he's, like, Patrick Mahomes. Like, I don't think he's the
a
next
solid
big thing.
mid-ranger. Like, he's going to get you to maybe some playoffs. You'd be lucky to get to the AFC Championship.
I think if they get him a good wide receiver, praise God, 2 good wide receivers, they would be in the AFC Championship next year.
That's a stance. Do you think Kansas City's going to the AFC Championship?
Yes.
When do you think they're not going to go? When Kelsey retires?
It depends on what they do this offseason.
Okay.
I could see them going, but I could also see them not going. I hope that... Because you have the 3 teams, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Bengals, Buffalo, the Chiefs.
Yes. Dude, people are clowning on the Buffalo Bills right now.
Good.
Nobody... I understand you say good. But I feel like after this season, so many people just, like, flipped on them.
Outside of being a Patriots fan, I'm going to take my Patriots fan, I'm going to put it over here for a second.
Okay.
Fuck the Buffalo Bills. They have had 3 years with Josh Allen to get this shit done, and they have crumbled in every big moment they have ever made it to.
That's the Buffalo Bills motto. What do you mean?
Precisely.
You've been doing that since the 90s.
You know who the only... what is the team to go to the most back-to-back Super Bowls?
The Buffalo Bills.
The Buffalo Bills.
4 in a row?
They went to 4 in a row.
And
they lost every
all of them,
fucking
yes.
one of them. Fuck the Buffalo Bills.
That's it?
Now I'm going to put my Patriots fan back.
How bad was it?
Double fuck the Buffalo Bills. The Bills, I think Josh Allen will retire without a Super Bowl ring.
That's upsetting.
If he doesn't get out of Buffalo. If he gets out of Buffalo, I could see him with a Super Bowl.
You think it's just a curse over Buffalo?
It's a possibility.
Okay.
So, you will most likely never have the Chiefs and Bengals play each other unless it's in the AFC Championship.
Yeah.
So, that means that all the Patriots would have to do, because they're probably not going to win the AFC East, let's be honest. It's going to be Buffalo that wins the AFC East and then crumbles, right?
And the Patriots are going to have a wild card pick.
Patriots are going to have a wild card pick. So if you have Kansas City at 1, Cincinnati at 2, Buffalo at 3, the earliest the Patriots can get is 5.
Yes.
That means that the Patriots have to beat the Chiefs. It's not impossible. It's happened before, even without Brady.
Yeah.
Let's say the Bengals get the 1 seed. The Patriots have to beat the Bengals. Also not impossible.
Yeah.
Very rarely will the Patriots have to beat the Bills.
That's more of a regular season thing.
Yeah, exactly. I think the Patriots could go to the AFC Championship.
If they build...
If they give them a couple wide receivers.
Okay. I disagree, vehemently.
Incorrect.
I think that...
I don't think the Jags are going to the AFC Championship anytime soon.
I think that Mac Jones... I don't think Patriots are good enough as is, period. I think that it's going to take at least this year and then the draft next year for them to be in a good position.
Disagree. They have... Ramondre Stevenson is an amazing goal line back.
Okay.
Dameon Pierce is that same way you were talking about Dalvin Cook. If he gets a step in front of the defenders, it's over. Not Dameon Pierce.
I don't know who the Patriots running back is.
I'll think of his name at some point.
Cool.
Dameon Pierce is the Texans running back. I'll think of his name eventually. Whatever. We have another really good not goal line back, right? Mac Jones is not a bad quarterback.
Sure, I don't think he's great.
He was on Alabama.
I mean, yeah, sure. Alabama also has this thing where it's like their quarterbacks kind of fizzle out in the NFL.
Yeah, do they though?
I think as of now the results show yes.
Do they though?
We'll see, because we're gonna have another one.
True. Oh, how terrible would it be for Indianapolis if they get
Bryce Young and
he just fizzles out? If I'm the owner of Indianapolis, at that point I'm like, fuck it, we're going back to the drawing board. We're gonna hire those old ass quarterbacks again. It works better then.
see if we can get Brady out of retirement.
Do you think that Peyton Manning placed a curse on the Colts when he left? That's what it feels like.
Maybe Peyton Manning left a curse on the Colts and the Broncos.
I don't know what.
Just wherever he leaves.
The Broncos just aren't good. It's disappointing.
They were only good with Brady.
Movies
and
or games next?
We'll go to...
Or if you have any more in college football, but that was the end of the draft.
I'm trying to think. I don't have any more in college football. Games?
Okay. What are your thoughts on Rainbow Six Siege? Tom Clancy's, to be specific.
I'm aware of the... franchise. Watching the game is fun.
Okay.
First of all, it is a great game to watch. It is one of those games where you have those, the classic, hey, these people are playing, and they're not really... They don't care about the games. It's like a CSGO style game where it's just they're playing as a background, so they have a reason to be together.
Okay.
And I love that aspect of it. This game, the skill ceiling is so unreasonably high. To have fun, you either have to not care at all, which I can't do. If I'm playing a game and I suck, I'm not going to play. There's no game where I'm I suck, but it's okay, I'll just have fun. That doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
I need to be halfway decent and have fun with it. And to be anywhere close to good at this game takes either too much time or too much natural skill. And I'll be real with you. As much as I like video games, I don't have the natural skill for very many video games.
Okay.
And I also don't have the time to try to just grind out and be good. But I understand that it's a great game, and I can appreciate people who play it.
I think it needs to die. They recently rolled out the roadmap for Year 8 of Rainbow Six, right?
Okay.
Ubisoft did. As you were just saying, the skill ceiling is so high that you either need to not care or have so much time and skill to put in. I feel like most video game fans are like us.
Yeah.
College students that don't have a stupid amount of natural skill.
Yeah.
And because they're college students, don't have the time and effort to put in.
Yeah.
I would like to see them make a Rainbow 7 Siege, whatever they want to call it. I don't know.
Some new...
Rainbow 6 something, whatever they want to call it. With some new mechanics, some stuff that everybody can get back into it and all be on the same playing field, plus skill.
They leave Rainbow Six to be the skill-based one. This is supposed to be like the fun one.
They can shut down the servers for all I care.
I know. I can tell.
I just think it's gone on for too long, and they tried to do that infection, whatever, with the same characters.
Yeah.
The problem is that Rainbow Six Siege has earned Ubisoft so much money that they're not willing to put it down like the dog that it is. And it's unfortunate because they really should.
You really just don't like this game, do you?
I play this game.
I know you do. That's why I'm like taken aback, but I get it.
The problem is that like you get that one guy in your lobby and it's over.
The one guy who's done nothing but play this game for the past 8 years.
Exactly.
And you're like, I don't even know what to do anymore.
Precisely.
You play on PC?
Yes.
That probably also helps.
It helps getting that guy in your lobby, or helps my skill?
Both.
Okay. I promise you, it doesn't help my skill as much.
It definitely helps getting that guy in the lobby. Because no guy like that is playing on an Xbox or PlayStation.
Correct. It doesn't help my skill as much as it needs to for the amount that it helps getting
that guy.
Yeah. I digress. Just needed that to be out there.
Fair enough. Do you have any other games that you feel that way about?
That need to die?
Yeah. I think we need a new league.
The problem is, League is
so cemented in gaming culture. It's not even fair. Like it's.
If
I don't know.
League. I don't know that much about League.
I mean like that style of game.
If League had, you know how you can get the renown in Rainbow, and you can get the operators with the renown.
No.
Okay.
I stopped playing Rainbow very quickly.
Okay. In Rainbow, you can get this in-game currency through the game.
Okay.
And then you can buy the operators, like the characters, with the renown.
The renown is the currency?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
If League was like that, where you didn't have to buy each individual character with real money, and you could get it through playing the game, I would be much more inclined to play League.
I also feel like...
We need a new World of Warcraft.
That's literally what I was about to say. I was going to finish my statement on League and then bring that up immediately after. Dude, I swear, I was literally about to be like, World of Warcraft needs to make a comeback. Or something.
Something open world, like
that big. Yeah. It is insane to me that game was before our time.
Yes.
Like, that was something that, like, not my dad, but my dad's friends played. And, like, that game, if you took somebody who didn't know about that game and they described it to them and asked them, hey, what year was this popular? You'd be like, oh, that's got to be like current.
Yeah.
Like this open world, like full RPG, there's missions, there's all that, like so much stuff. And it's like, yeah, when was it popular? Oh, wait. No, like nobody would believe you. You'd be like, that's a 2023 game. Like that's game of the year in the 20s.
Precisely.
Yeah, there's no way.
I want another game that big.
Yeah, because guess what? Everybody would be on that. Every single person would be on that game.
Or, like, GTA kind of replicated it.
Not good enough.
But GTA didn't have enough online. Like, GTA Online wasn't as good as GTA 5.
Yeah.
If GTA Online had been GTA 5, but online...
Even then, it doesn't... Dude, that is one of the only games that I, like, am aware of that I genuinely feel, like, left out on. And there's no way I will ever feel like I fully enjoyed that.
Correct.
Because its peak was so long ago.
Yeah. The other thing I have here, before the long thing that I have here, there's a Pokemon Presents on February 27th. It is currently February 1st. This will be getting uploaded on February 24th. So the Monday after this, there will be a Pokemon
my issue with
Presents.
Pokemon?
Boy, I can't wait to hear this.
How do you get excited over and over again for the same game?
very carefully.
It feels so like exhausting because they have a new one every year.
There's new stuff.
Yeah, it's the same game, and then every gen gets worse Pokemon.
But in this one, the Pokemon have little crystals on their head that make them different types.
And this one, you can ride the Pokemon like a bike. It's just so. After 5-6 generations, how you just? I know, that's the thing. So if they like, oh yeah, 10th gen Pokemon.
How the fuck do you ride a Diglett?
No, you ride Koraidon and Miraidon.
What?
You ride Koraidon and Miraidon.
And Cyclozone.
The ride is in their name. And Cycle. Anywho.
Ratchet, batshit, dirty old twat.
6'9" assholes signing in up.
Hooray! Chicken shit. Fuck!
Alright. You just wait.
I just wanna be.
How do you keep getting excited over Pokemon? I just don't get it. It's the same thing
Me neither.
every year with declining quality.
I just get excited over Pokemon.
And there's new ones, yay! That's it.
They have fancy crystal hats.
The worst part is you can't even like make the graphics better because you're on a Switch. Like Nintendo's consoles don't allow for great graphics right now.
There's a Pokemon Presents though.
All right, I'm glad that we found out like the way that like you have a thing you like and you just can't explain it.
Their mascot is an electric rat. How do you not like it?
Yeah, you're right. I liked it. I like Pokemon in the 90s and 2000s.
I like Pokemon now.
That's crazy. Pokemon's been around for almost 30 years, right? 97 or 93 when Pokemon got released?
I don't know.
Cool. Thanks.
Anytime.
Thought this was your thing.
I don't know years.
Anyway.
I don't do math.
Remind me that Pokemon Presents is happening and I will probably watch it. Or at least the highlights.
Okay. The long thing.
The long thing. Is this movies or games?
Games.
Oh, is this about the thing that we were talking about?
It is.
Okay.
Hogwarts Legacy. I
Yes.
bought it.
And?
I started streaming it.
And?
I started uploading it to YouTube.
Lovely.
All of those things will be somewhere in the description of this upload. Also, I have thoughts.
On the game?
I love it.
Reasonable.
I am in through the intro
Okay.
and through the first classes.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It is.
It's everything I ever hoped and dreamed of.
And more?
And more.
Sounds like I need to play the game.
There is so much to do in the
Are you
castle.
playing on the PS5?
Yes.
Okay.
Why, you're going to hope that I was on the PS4 and you could game share?
No. I was just making sure you didn't buy it for the Xbox One.
No. I bought it for the PS5.
Okay.
Do you want to know why I bought it for the PS5?
Because it's the best console?
No, because there's a bonus quest for the PS5.
Oh, that makes sense. I would also do the same thing in your situation.
Otherwise, it 100% would have been on the Series X.
Okay.
But yeah. I'm a Hufflepuff, which we all knew.
That was already predetermined.
You also get to pick your house in quotes. It's like a quiz that the Sorting Hat goes through.
Yeah.
And the only question in the quiz is I detect a certain sense of, what is it? And the options are daring, ambition, curiosity, and loyalty.
So the tenants of the houses?
Yep.
Cool.
So, it's a quiz, but you get to choose your house.
Yeah.
If you don't know anything about Harry Potter and you're playing it for the first time, you
Then
choose one and that's your house.
That's your house, okay.
I happen to know what those four mean.
Curiosity.
So excuse me?
Curiosity?
It's Ravenclaw.
That's me. That's what I was...
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about me.
No. Loyalty.
Loyalty.
I know.
The Badger.
The Badger.
I am probably going to play it more tomorrow. Because it's very good.
Is it that good?
Like, it's good enough that if I didn't have to play it at reasonable hours so I could stream it as well...
You'd be done?
Probably. I love it.
You would have brought the PlayStation wherever you're going?
Correct. Side note that I'm going to cut out. I did tell Maddie when her, Gabby, and Emerson get an apartment, I'm bringing a 360 and leaving it here.
Some console?
Yeah.
Wii?
No.
Did you...
It's probably going to be a 360 considering I have 4 of them in my garage.
We need to find an N64 for me.
There's 2 in my den.
They don't work.
Correct.
We gotta figure that out. Because I will buy... If it works, I will buy one from you. It is my favorite console.
Wrong.
No. I don't think you understand. I wish...
Pause. I really like Hogwarts Legacy. So, come watch me play the rest of it.
Yes.
We were just having a conversation off microphone that is going to become on microphone.
Okay.
So continue.
My favorite console is the N64.
Wrong.
Listen, I don't want it to be the N64. I wish it was so many. I wish it was the PS2. I wish it was the Xbox 360. I wish anything else was my favorite console. But it is, burnt into my childhood.
You like holding a fucking UFO for a controller?
Yes, I love that controller.
You're wrong.
Listen. I understand.
You know what the first thing I bought for my N64 was?
A GameCube controller? Kind of.
The gamepad controller is what they call it.
I love the N64 controller with the 3 prongs. It makes me feel so good to hold it. I love everything about that console.
You're wrong.
Every game that came out on it.
You are so
the
wrong.
The crystal colors, the colors of the controllers. I love every single thing about it. I would pay so much money to have the exact N64 I grew up with. The purple crystal with the gray controller and every game I had. It is my favorite thing.
You're so wrong, you're right again, and then you're wrong again.
I wish it wasn't. I wish that I could have had any other console be the one that I grew up with and loved. But it's just that one.
You're wrong.
I know. That's the worst part. I know I'm wrong, but I can't change it.
Me, a normal human, has the 360 as their favorite.
Yeah, I wish, okay? But first of all, other than Nintendo, I got pushed into the PlayStation household. Like, I had a PlayStation household. And I started with the PlayStation 3, which I thought was the shit whenever I got it. And then I quickly realized it was the worst option of that generation.
I was in a PlayStation household and still ended up with an Xbox Life.
I don't know how that worked. Did your dad play PlayStation?
Yeah. He loved the PlayStation 3.
So did my dad.
However, I loved the 360.
I think if I had experience with an Xbox, I probably would have changed my mind because the 360 is an amazing console.
And then I bought the one on release day.
Do you think the whole Xbox, PlayStation switching back and forth is makes sense?
What?
So the console war, so to say.
Yep.
They switch off with every generation on which one's better.
Okay.
That's the idea.
How do you consider the generations, though?
Like PS3, Xbox 360.
Okay.
Clearly 360 is better. PS4, Xbox One, PS4 is better.
Okay.
So the logic would assume that Series X is better than PS5.
It is.
You think it is?
100%.
Then you assume the great logic. That would also assume that the PS2 was better than the original Xbox.
Correct.
That's what I'm saying. They switch back and forth.
I have a strange way with video game consoles because for those of you that may not know, I own damn near every video game console that has been released since the NES.
Yeah.
I own an NES, a GameCube, an N64, a Wii, a Wii U, a Switch, a PlayStation, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox, Xbox 360, Xbox One, Xbox One X, Xbox Series X, Sega Dreamcast, most of the Nintendo handhelds. Yes. I don't know if I said that.
I don't remember if you said that either.
I'm missing an SNES and a 1S.
So another variation of the last gen of Xbox?
No, the 1S. The
Xbox One. That's what I meant. The not current one is what I meant.
The one that was worse than the 1X. Because I got the 1X.
So, can we agree on something? Of those consoles you listed, which is the worst?
Which is the worst?
Yes.
The GameCube.
You don't think it's the Wii U?
I think it's the GameCube.
I would shatter every Wii U I could find if I wanted to. If I was able to, I would. I hate the Wii U so much.
Also, the PlayStation 1 is probably up there.
I feel like it's a little unfair to judge the first console that Sony released.
I think it's the GameCube. The best, however, so, as I was saying, because I have all of these consoles, I'm not gonna buy a new game for every console.
No, you're gonna buy.
I'm gonna buy
specific
it
games
for
for specific consoles.
So I am of the opinion that if it is a game I am going to be playing multiplayer, I will buy it on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
Because most of my friends have a PlayStation. If it is a game I am playing strictly for the story, barring outside factors like a bonus quest, I will buy it for the Xbox. Because, until very recently, when I owned a PS5, my Series X had vastly better graphics. But, now that I'm on a PS5, it doesn't really matter, but I'm still going to buy it for the Xbox because I like Microsoft.
Fair enough.
I conclude.
So your favorite console?
My favorite console, period?
Yes.
360.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why?
Anyway. Do you have anything else on games, or are we ready to move to...
I need to purchase an N64 with...
You need to purchase a PS5.
I do need to do that.
I'm
I need
aware.
to purchase a lot of things.
You need money.
I do. You should definitely blow up this podcast so we get money.
Or my Twitch.
Or anything.
Blow it all up.
Yeah.
All at once.
We'll take any ad deals.
All of them. All at once. Alright, movies.
Sounds like a cape. Okay.
Shut the fuck up. Movies. The Avatar series.
The Blue People?
The Blue People.
Okay.
What are your feelings on it?
It's overrated.
Wrong.
It's not bad. No, don't get me wrong. I understand it's not a bad movie. The first one's definitely Pocahontas, just live action.
Yeah.
So like it's just it feels like I don't understand how it got this big. Like I could understand it being like this movie that came out in 2012?
Sure.
Oh wait, whenever it came out. I don't know.
It's definitely something.
Is it something? 08, 09?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Forever ago. It should be remembered as like, oh, you remember that movie that came out in like 08, 09? Yeah, that was a good movie. It was, yeah. You revisit it if it's on cable, you just put it on in the background. That's what that movie should be. And it is not, and I don't understand it.
You want me to break your heart?
Sure.
Avatar: The Way of Water is the third the third highest grossing movie of all time.
You notice how I assume it's Avatar.
Nope.
It's not Avatar 1?
Nope.
Are you adjusting inflation?
Nope.
Is it Endgame?
Yep.
I thought Avatar was still number 1.
Nope.
Is it Endgame, Avatar?
Yep.
That's upsetting.
That Disney owns all of them.
That and the fact that it beat out every other MCU project and The Force Awakens.
Bad news for James Cameron. Titanic is now the fourth highest grossing movie.
He still
ever.
Directed top 5.
Good news
most
for
of
James
them.
Cameron. It got beat by Avatar: The Way of Water.
It got beat by another one of his movies.
So, yeah. I like Avatar. I might go so far as to say I love Avatar.
I
would kill to go to Pandora. Do you know how much...
The
you
park?
No.
Or the actual,
The planet.
Okay.
You know the amount of money that you would give for a crystal purple N64 with a gray controller?
Yes.
I would give that much money to go to Pandora. And then probably more.
Probably a lot more. Maybe I need to rewatch it. But watching both movies can be a 6-hour venture.
And? I'm okay with that.
I'm not.
I love it. I might go home and watch Avatar tonight.
There's no way that I go home and do anything even remotely close to that. Speaking of Avatar, let's talk about the better Avatar.
Let's not.
The Last Airbender.
Nope. All set.
No? Let me just say this. I need more of that in my life. I just rewatched it recently, the whole original series. I need either a much better movie or new series. And I think they're coming out with new series. I think they have like this new plan. And it boggles my mind of all the nerddom things you decide are amazing. That you just said, you know what, Last Airbender? I'm not even going to watch the first 4 episodes.
I'm all set.
It doesn't make sense to me. It's definitely something that would make sense for you to be like, I love this. Because it's not, like, it's one of those things where it's like, it's just good.
I think the problem is that it's animated. I'm going to be dead honest with you.
Really?
I think the problem is that it's
That's
animated.
the issue?
I think so.
Well, I can't fix that.
Netflix did.
No, they didn't.
Is the movie not live action?
The live action? Yeah. It was terrible. What do you mean?
Okay. I don't know. I didn't watch it because I didn't like the series.
Okay, my point is,
I watched the Blue People instead.
if there was one piece of pop culture nerddom that I can force you to ingest, it would be that. Because it's so genuinely just
Because
good.
I've ingested the rest.
Yeah! Why would you stop on something that's just... Like, I don't even know how to explain this problem. Take away my personal love for it, it's still just a good show.
You know what else is going to go through all 4 of the elements? The Blue People. The first one was definitely Earth.
Yes, it was, and this one was
The second
clearly
one was
water.
Definitely water.
So we're really gonna have air, and then everything's gonna burn down.
No, there are going to be 5 movies in total, so...
The 5th one's gonna be called Avatar, the Avatar.
Avatar, The Legend of Korra. That's actually just the name of the show. Fuck.
Yeah, it is. It is 100% the name of the second series. Yeah.
Oh well. Do you like Pirates of the Caribbean?
Who doesn't?
Precisely.
Amber Heard
Probably. They're making another movie.
and Jack Sparrow's gonna be in it.
Is he?
Yeah, because Disney signed him for $301 million.
That's wild.
Because he made that whole statement. He's like, I would never work with Disney again for less than $300 million. And they offered him $301 million to be Jack Sparrow again.
I kind of think it should end. I feel like Dead Men Tell No Tales was a really good ending.
Okay.
So, no, pause. Because it's Curse of the Black Pearl, Dead Man's Chest, On Stranger Tides, At World's End? Or is it At World's End, On Stranger Tides?
I have no idea. The last one came out forever ago.
Well, the last one was 2017?
That's 6 years ago.
I'm aware, I'm just saying. That was Dead Men Tell No Tales. I think On Stranger Tides was a perfect end to the series. Then they made Dead Men Tell No Tales.
As long as Johnny Depp is in these movies, I will watch however many they want to make.
I just hope they don't fuck it up.
I agree, but I love... He's an amazing actor, and he's played so many things, but never will he ever be anything but Jack Sparrow. Which is terrible, because he's a great actor, and he deserves all the credit from everything else he's done.
He's also Grindelwald.
For sure. I'm sure for people who are older than us, he's Edward Scissorhands. Or from Nightmare on Elm Street. I think that's what he's in.
Sure.
I haven't seen the movie, but I think he's in the movie.
Maybe he's Willy Wonka.
He also is Willy Wonka. Like, he's so many things, but he's...
I promise you,
Captain
there's
Jack
no
Sparrow.
one that thinks he's Willy Wonka.
Unless they're actively watching the movie and
Yeah.
have the IMDb pulled up in front of them where
Yeah.
it says Johnny Depp is Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
Even when you're watching the movie, it doesn't feel like he's Johnny Depp.
That's how I feel with Grindelwald. Like, he's enough not Johnny Depp that it's Grindelwald. It's not Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp is Jack Sparrow, and Jack Sparrow is Johnny Depp.
I also don't like the Grindelwald in The Secrets of Dumbledore. I want Johnny Depp back as Grindelwald.
I don't know if that's going to happen.
I want Johnny Depp back as Grindelwald.
People don't like Johnny Depp because people lie about him. So,
I want Johnny Depp back as Grindelwald.
you don't understand. I want a lot of things differently in this world. It's not going to happen.
Like an N64?
Yeah. No, I would... Did I ask you this last... No, I didn't ask you this. If you could just hard reset an entire movie series...
Hold on. Do I have to reset it, or do I get more
It
of
never existed in the first place.
Shit.
Because I think Fantastic Beast would be on my list. Just so you can keep Johnny Depp as Grindelwald through the whole thing. Maybe not my top pick, but it's there. Also the Fast series, and just stop after 7.
Correct.
Having them
Speaking
split
of
up,
which, I
drive
know we had
away
this
on See You
conversation.
Again is the
Thank you.
only way to end the series. And the fact that they made an 8th movie, Hobbs and Shaw is fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. 8, 9, and now 10 is coming out. Please just let it be.
We had this conversation, but I need it on the internet for all to know. What is the best song made specifically for a movie?
So, my pick is The Power of Love by Huey Lewis and the News on Back to the Future,
Okay.
which I think is a pretty fair pick.
Not a bad
It's a
pick.
great song, perfectly played in the movie, and it's a great iconic movie. Your song is also...
The correct pick is See You Again from Fast 7.
Somebody had to die for that song to be what it is. And that's my only point.
Yeah, and?
You're not wrong, but I also just love my answer.
You are wrong.
Someone had to die for American Pie.
3 people had to die. Do you know their names?
No.
Do you know their names?
With enough time, I gotta think about it.
I know them off the top of my head.
I definitely know it.
Like, remembered every lyric of that song?
Yes, it's an amazing song.
Hold on.
A
Are you gonna look it up?
6-minute song?
8-minute song, and yes, I know every word.
Yeah, Jeff.
Suck my dick. If I had to reset, it would honestly probably be Avatar.
I love how you just went on this, like, Avatar's so great, and then you're like, I would reset Avatar. What? What about it is terrible?
The fact that everybody clowned James Cameron for the first one, and thusly it took 15 fucking years for us to make the second one.
So you just want it more succinct?
Yes. Correct.
The DCEU is also a good pick.
That was my other pick, but I feel like that's the basic pick.
Because it's terrible as is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, they're making another Indiana Jones.
Whoa, I've never seen an Indiana Jones movie.
What the fuck? We'll discuss that later.
Sure.
We'll discuss that when there are no... hey, this will be
Also,
nice for you.
Star Wars after 2005 would
No.
be nice for you. Dude, please tell me you would at least want different sequels.
No.
No?
Do you know what my second favorite Star Wars movie is? Sorry, third favorite Star Wars movie?
Hopefully The Force Awakens.
Nope.
Which one is it?
The Last Jedi.
That's your third favorite. What's 1 and 2?
Number 1 is The Phantom Menace. Number 2 is A New Hope.
You picked the second best of the original and the prequels. You picked the second best in every one.
You think The Last Jedi is second best?
Yeah.
You say so. I think it's best.
I know you do. That's why you said that just now.
The Last Jedi could make a run. If you catch me on the right day, The Last Jedi could be my favorite Star Wars movie.
That hurts my heart. I have 8
buddy.
other movies ahead of that one.
Hey, buddy. Hellboy's getting a reboot.
Say your captain.
No.
Say your captain.
Hellboy's getting a reboot.
I am so... Listen, give me a second. I love Hellboy so much.
And I have turned it around.
Yes. Every movie that was made before... Every comic book movie made before the MCU, I love. Period. I love... all the Marvel ones, at least. I love all the movies... all the Marvel comic book movies made before the MCU. All of them, without fail. Original Spider-Man... Not The Amazing Spider-Man. Because that was made in the teens. I don't... Hellboy. I don't know if it's Marvel, but I love it. I don't know who owns Hellboy, if I'm being real with you. And Ghost Rider and everything else.
Punisher.
I love the Punisher. It's set in Tampa. Or it's not set in Tampa, it's filmed in Tampa. I love those one-off Marvel movies. Not Daredevil or Elektra, because those were terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But the other ones, Hellboy was so good.
Getting rebooted.
I know.
This was mostly for you, because we
Thank
just
you.
talked about how you love Hellboy.
I love Hellboy. I need a new Punisher movie. I need a new Hellboy movie. I need a new Ghost Rider movie.
Well, you're getting one of those 3, and probably a Ghost Rider one.
If they don't make a new Punisher movie, I'm gonna riot.
I feel like Punisher's farther down the pipeline than Ghost Rider.
I know. It's gonna be like... I'm gonna be like 25, and then the Punisher trailer's gonna drop.
And now, if you're done with Hellboy,
I'm good now.
to close out the show, we have a first look at the Oscars. Because they come up in mid-March.
Okay.
The Best Picture nominees are All Quiet on the Western Front,
I wasn't ready for that.
Avatar: The Way of Water, The Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fabelmans, Tar, Top Gun Maverick, Triangle of Sadness, and Women Talking.
Holy crap. I've seen one of those movies.
I'm gonna watch. You've definitely seen 2 of these movies. Oh no, you haven't.
I haven't seen the new Avatar.
Thank you.
I've seen Maverick. That is it.
Yep.
Also, Everything Everywhere All at Once is 100% going to win that.
Disagree.
You think it's going to be Way of Water?
Yeah.
It's going to be one of those 2.
It should be Top Gun.
Top Gun should win an award. I don't know what award, but it deserves an
It'll
award.
win an award.
Something.
It'll get there. I don't know. I'm definitely gonna go through and like make a list of all the movies that are nominated for stuff and watch them all before the Oscars.
Okay.
Anyways, best director is Martin McDonagh for
James
The Banshees
Cameron.
of. He's not on here.
Really?
The Banshees of Inisherin, Martin McDonagh. Everything Everywhere All at Once, Daniel Kwan and Danielle Scheinhardt.
Sure.
Steven Spielberg for The Fabelmans, Todd Field for Tar, and Ruben Östlund for Triangle of Sadness.
I think it's going to be Everything Everywhere All at Once.
That's the only one I know.
Yeah.
I mean, until I see the rest of these, I don't really know.
I want to see the animated movie ones.
Austin Butler as Elvis Presley in Elvis. This is for Best Actor.
Sorry.
Colin Farrell for Patrick Sullivan. There's a lot of accents in that name. In The Banshees of Inisherin. Brendan Fraser as Charlie in The Whale.
Can we, first of all, how many of these movies have you heard of?
The Best Picture ones?
I've heard of
All
4
Quiet
of
on the
them.
Western Front.
Yes.
Avatar: The Way of Water.
Okay.
Elvis.
Yeah.
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah.
The Fabelmans.
I have not heard that one.
Top Gun Maverick.
That one.
And Women Talking.
Fablemans and Women Talking, I didn't even know they were movies until we went through this list.
Unfortunate. Anyways, Brendan Fraser as Charlie in The Whale. Paul Mescal as Callum Patterson in Aftersun. Billy Nighy as Mr. Rodney Williams in Living. I haven't seen a lot of these movies, but I think it should go to Brendan Fraser for The Whale. He's really good in that.
I wish I knew what we were talking about.
The Whale is the one where Brendan Fraser is really fucking fat.
Sure.
Best Actress, Kate Blanchett as Lydia Tarr in Tar. Funny enough.
Cool.
Ana de Armas as Norma Jean Mortensen, Marilyn Monroe in Blonde. Ah, Marilyn Monroe. I read the words and they didn't process.
Got you.
Adria Riseborough as Leslie Rowlands in To Leslie. Michelle Williams as Mitzi something Fableman in The Fablemans. Michelle Yeoh as Evelyn Kwan Wang in Everything Everywhere All at Once. I haven't seen any of those movies, so.
I feel like the Oscars get more and more just... I don't know how to say this. I've never even heard of most of these movies. I feel like this happens every year where it just gets further and further that way.
Best Supporting Actor and Actress are all the same movies that we haven't really seen. Other than Best Supporting Actor has Brian Tyree Henry as James Alcoin in Causeway. And Best Supporting Actress has Angela Bassett as Queen Ramonda in Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Best Original Screenplay.
That's the supporting actress they picked? Sorry. I just had to, process what you said. That's a weird pick.
Okay. Best Adapted Screenplay has Glass Onion in it, as well as Living, and more of the ones we've already talked about.
I like Glass Onion.
Best Animated Feature Film has Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio,
Okay.
Marcel the Shell with Shoes On,
That's the one that's going to win.
Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, The Sea Beast, and Turning Red.
I think it's going to be Marcel the Shell with no shoes on. Or with shoes on, sorry. This movie got so much acclaim.
I think it could be Turning Red.
I hope not.
I like Turning Red. Anyways, by the way, this is between you and me. All Quiet on the Western Front is a German film.
Yeah.
That makes me so fucking happy.
Because it's written from a German perspective?
Just the irony.
Did you
in there.
read that book?
No.
It's a terrible book.
I know what the
I
book
was
is about.
I was like, isn't that a fucking book? I didn't know that.
It was a movie in the 30s.
It came out this year.
30s. 40s. And then again this year. It's a terrible book. It's
Yeah,
so
I read the
bad.
book, actually. Which
Anyways,
is
there.
surprising.
Shut the fuck up. Anyways, there are some international feature films here that I might watch, I might not watch. Best Documentary Feature is a lot of words. Best Documentary Short Subject is another lot of words. Best live action short film, best animated short film, best original score was all the same. Best original song, Hold My Hand from Top Gun Maverick, Lift Me Up from Black Panther Wakanda Forever.
That one's probably one.
Best sound, best production design, best cinematography, makeup and hairstyling, costume design, film editing, and best visual effects.
You know what I think this means?
The Batman is in best visual effects.
I think this means we need to watch a lot of movies.
I'm gonna watch all of these, so
That's
I'm gonna watch most of these. I might not watch like the
some of the
documentaries
films.
of short films,
No.
stuff like that.
Yeah, fair enough.
Anyways,
Anyways,
do you have anything else?
it sounds like we need movies to watch.
It sounds like we have a lot of movies to
Yes,
watch.
we do. I need an N64. You need to go to Pandora.
And I don't like the Buffalo Bills.
And that makes sense.
And we'll probably have homework next week. I don't know what it'll be.
And
but we'll
Rainbow
have
needs
it.
to die. And we need a new World of Warcraft. We need a lot from society in this episode, okay? Of all the things.
We live in a society.
Of the things we've requested in this episode, what's on your top?
Does the Patriots going to the AFC Championship count?
I would prefer something more reasonable. Going to Pandora for you, maybe?
Hey, uncalled for.
Anyway.
We'll have homework. I don't know what it'll be.
Whatever new World of War... If a company decides to develop a new World of Warcraft, it would be the best decision that company's ever made.
Correct.
So somebody should get on that. And
maybe it'll be us. We'll start a video game company.
maybe.
No, we won't.
We'll see.
We'll think about it. We'll have homework. I don't know what it'll be.
See you next week.
Find out.